is this for clicks, though? I mean, they're obviously trying to get arrested.
Yes. Yeah, it is connected to the fact that Democrats have nothing to actually run on, because essentially, again, they're at an ICE facility. They're complaining about the quality of the place, that whether or not it meets standards or whatever. But really, they're just complaining that Republicans are going to go ahead and deport actual criminals. And this is boilerplate stuff for the Democrats. This is what they've been doing, standing up for criminals, not just standing up for people that are here illegally, that are just trying to stay under the radar and work a job, which I think they should get out of here too. But the Democrats are actually looking to stand up for criminals because they're absolutely retarded.
Well, and they're all criminals themselves.
Oh, yes.
Look, I think that Dems are in deep, deep trouble. There's 2 elections most recently where the incumbent president maintained control of both chambers of Congress. 1998, Bill Clinton, Republicans overstepped on Lewinsky stuff. And then 2002, when Dems were obstructing President Bush's national security agenda. I think that this is way worse than obstruction, because this is destruction, right? They are involved in an agenda that's destroying our kids, destroying our country, and they are representing criminals. And that whole Salvadorian guy, the Maryland man hoax, they had to pull the plug on that because they saw the numbers in the polling were so bad for them.
Yeah. I want to agree with you, but I'm still of the opinion that, I agree with you on everything you're saying, but I am still of the opinion that the economy is still going to be the big factor when it comes to, the midterms. So if the economy is doing okay, which, as of right now, you have the deal that they just made with the UK. There are a couple other deals that they started talking about. If they can get actual deals and get the stock market to chill out and get the average person to feel like things are okay economically, I do think the Democrats are in serious, serious trouble. If the economy is not there, I'm iffy about it.
I think you're right. Oh, so go ahead.
Does that lend a little bit of difficulty to Trump's approach, where it's just like, with all of the executive orders and everything that was done, it's like I think I heard it described as like a carpet bombing approach to politics, and that does leave people feeling a bit uneasy. Is that perhaps something working against him that may be unintended for the midterms?
I think that it could, but Donald Trump is a pragmatist. He's not an ideologue. He is going to do something, and if it doesn't work, he is going to change course. He will, come up with whatever story makes him look good, or however he can spin it to make him look good. But even if it's almost a bold-faced lie, but he will change course, because what he does want is positive results for America. He's not an ideologue. He's not like, we have to do this even if it costs me political points. The thing that he wants is results for the American people.
Yeah, and he pays attention to the polls. He is a very astute politician. He knows how to sell this stuff. I do think, though, Phil, on top, the economy could be humming, but I was a little bit bullish because we all know Republicans tend to screw things up.
They are very good at that. There's no denying that.
Well, then, okay, so let me ask you this. So you mentioned that you said that Democrats don't really have anything to run on right now, or at least it's felt that way for a very long time. If we were trying to armchair quarterback for them and actually give them a platform that doesn't run them headlong into everything that Trump is doing, because most of what Trump is doing does seem as if it's at the very least good for the American economy down the line, how would Democrats change course and then find an actual platform that will do something for them?
Well, look, I think the Trump question has been answered. I think the American people want to move on. We litigated. He won in 2016, whatever the narrative is. I think the 2020 election was rigged, but he wasn't in office, and then they put him back in 2024. So I think Americans want to move on. I think the real opportunity is to have some reasonable Democrats pull a Tip O'Neill, start working with them to secure the border, clean up immigration. They know this stuff's a problem. Kick out the violent offenders. No one will punish Democrats for teaming up with Republicans to get out the violent offenders. But I also think that there are some easy wins when it comes to tax policy. Democrats are the party of tariffs. My dad was a one-term member of Congress. The number one attack against him was that he wouldn't raise taxes on companies that ship jobs overseas. team up on that. Go against the slave labor countries like China. And I don't know. I think it's now time for them to seem reasonable. Drop the trans stuff. Like, you got to drop the trans stuff.
Yeah.
This is actually a 90-10 issue at this point. Drop the trans stuff. Stop transing kids. Get this crazy stuff out of school. Stop weaponizing the government against parents. I don't know. Moderate a little bit.
The only position they have is orange man bad.
Yeah.
Right.
And they're too ideologically driven to do that. So it's too embedded in their platform now, whatever that platform may be. If you use Hollywood as the mouthpiece and the media as the mouthpiece, they've spent too long talking about 90-10 issues
15 years.
on the 10% that they can't walk that back in any meaningful way. And I think that the ideological rot within the party makes normally, like, they have to go towards wedge issues because all of the moderate policies go against the stronghold of the ideological people there.
Part of the problem is they've spent so much time demonizing Donald Trump, and Donald Trump is a populist, working class, a pro-working class kind of guy. He reshaped the Republican Party, and now he owns the middle. He owns the working class. Democrats used to own the working class, but they have lost them because they decided to go with the racial identity politics and try to focus on that. They could have aligned with Donald Trump and been extremely strong and had a lot of the policies that they preferred, economic policies that they preferred, have the president totally back them, but they decided that they were going to treat him as if he was Hitler, blah blah blah, and try to demonize him. And now I don't think that they have the ability to come back from that. Like you're saying, I don't think they have the ability to come back from that and actually become a middle of the road party again. Though I do think the opportunity is there. I just don't think that they have the people in the Democratic Party that'll do that.
Thanks for checking out this clip from Timcast IRL. Make sure to watch the show live Monday through Friday at 8 p.m. Subscribe to this channel, and we will see you all there.